This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNN Live. We're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018 in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I'm with Vincent Metcalf, Osisko Gold Royalties. This is a publicly traded company, and the symbol is OR on both the TSX and the NYSE. Vince, welcome back to SNN Live.
Thank you very much for having me again, Shelley.
It's my pleasure. Now let's get started with a brief overview of the company, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so we're essentially right now the fourth largest royalty company in the world. We've been in operations since 2014, so it's our fourth year in operation at the moment. We're based in Montreal, Canada, and we have most of our assets in Canada as well.
So let's get some history on the company.
Yeah, so the company was created in 2014, but prior to that we discovered, built, and operated the Canadian Malartic gold mine, which is now Canada's largest gold mine and operated currently by Yamana and Agnico. But since then we've created Osisko Gold Royalties, and we've now done two major transactions, and as I said, we're the fourth largest in the world at the moment.
What's unique about Osisko?
So what's unique really is that we have a different way of looking at the world from a royalty and streaming business point of view. We have what we call, our traditional business, which is, royalty streams that are on near term and producing assets. But we also have something called, and that's unique to us, that's the accelerator business that we do. And what that is essentially that we incubate companies, we support them, and we take royalties or rights or future rights on project development within that business. And what that does is really give us long-term optionalities and long-term growth. And that's what really makes us a bit different than our traditional royalty peers, because we're willing to go, really a bit more earlier on in the development stage, in the exploration stage, and really take those smaller bets, but at one point could pay big benefits to the shareholders.
What's your competitive advantage?
Well, for sure, the accelerator model, what that entails is that we have a very strong technical team. And because we've discovered, built, and operated mines, that's definitely something that's very different than our peers. Is we have that that management team in place that's done a lot of different things in the world before, but now we're focused more on financing businesses, but we have that that geologic perspective, we have that mining perspective, and that's what really gives us that advantage.
What's your track record in the districts you're working in?
So that's one thing that's important for us. We want to be in places we've been before. So Canada for us is a major focus. BC, Quebec, and Ontario are our preferred jurisdiction within Canada. And the reason why we like to be there is because our management teams and our personnel have been working in those camps for 20, 30 years. And that's what gives us that knowledge. We've got those databases very developed. We have the people that know how to use these databases, and for sure that gives us an edge when we're looking at certain opportunities, because we might see something that people don't see.
What is your background and some of the management team?
Yeah, so I'm more of a finance background. So I was an investment banker for 10 years. I always covered the the mining side of the business. Met the Osisko Group back in 2005, or the first portion of the Osisko Group that at that point was working for Cambior, and then met the original team in 2007 when both Cambior and Osisko got together. The Cambior team and Osisko team got together to form what is Osisko Mining, and that was sold. But when you're thinking about the Cambior team, you're thinking about mine builders. So that's where you get that attractiveness on that technical front. Is you have people that have been built 10 to 15 mines all over the world, not just in Canada. So you have that. You have the Virginia team that came through the acquisition of Virginia Mines with Andre Gaumont. That's a full team of geologists, 30 geologists that came over with that acquisition. So you have that skill set that comes in. And obviously Sean Rusin, John Brzezinski, and Bob Wares were the original founders of Osisko Mining. Now you have people that have very, very strong relationships with the institutional front, with the shareholders, the investors, know how to manage a company from the market perspective, and obviously have very good skills on the technical front too. So when you put those three groups together, that's what you get. You get Osisko Gold Royalties today, and that's what really gives us a competitive edge on everything we do.
The last time we saw you was last year. Do you have any updates since then?
Yeah, well, last year, actually 12 months ago exactly, we acquired the Orion Mine Finance portfolio for 1.1 billion. So we've had a pretty busy time since integrating that portfolio within ours. But this year's always obviously been pretty busy as well. We did another acquisition through the Eagle royalty that we bought from Victoria Gold, and we also recently printed a deal with Falco Resources. But all that to say that, the mining sector is not necessarily what it was 10 years ago and 5 years ago. However, we are very, very busy and seeing a lot of opportunities. So, the Orion portfolio gave us a bit more growth on the platform, but now what's great is that we're getting access to new investors, which prior we didn't necessarily have access to. Because we're a bit larger, we're getting the new generalist funds really coming into our stock, and that's obviously a big plus.
Now, you're a public company, so only tell me what you can. What are some growth drivers for the future?
Well, that's another big difference with our other peers is, when you're looking at our peers, they have a pretty mature portfolio. Some of them have a declining portfolio. We have a brand new portfolio. We've only been in business for 4 years. When you're looking at what's cash flowing in our business, we have 20 assets that are cash flowing. However, there's only about 3 or 4 of those assets that are mature from a cash flowing point of view. And when you look at our core business, we have 5 assets. And out of those 5 assets, only Canadian Malartic is fully mature on the cash flowing side of things. So you have, things like the Eleanor royalty, you have the Renard stream, you have the Bruce Jack royalty stream, and you have the Manto stream as well, which those are all projects that are currently in construction or ramping up. And that's what really, we have that growth that's fully ingrained in our portfolio. And as, over the next 12 to 24 months, those mines will be ramping up. We have other developments that will be coming online. We have the Victoria Eagle royalty that will be coming online. We have a Mulsar that's also coming online next year. So we have a tremendous amount of growth that's fully funded within our current company, so we don't necessarily have to go out in the market and raise more money. We're currently fully capitalized for that. So from that point of view, we're going from 80,000 ounces of production this year to 180 by 2023, and that's fully funded. And that really gives us an incredible growth profile.
Let's get your website out for more information, if you would, Vince.
Absolutely. So you could get more information on www.osiskogr.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent Metcalf, Osisko Gold Royalties. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you one symbol that trades on 2 exchanges. It's OR on the TSX and also on the NYSE. I'm Shelley Craft. This is SNN Live, and we're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018 right here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Thanks, Vince, for coming on.
Thank you very much, Shelley.
My pleasure.